San Bruno, California, the home of the San Francisco Seagulls, who will be taking on the Alameda Merchants in this CCL North League matchup at Tom Lara Field here in San Bruno, California. The Merchants coming at 9-15, and the Seagulls at 11-14 in this last game before the upcoming CCL Showcase. Hi, everyone. I am Cameron Anderson on the call, and let's get straight into lineups in this one right before first pitch. So for the visiting Alameda Merchants, leading things off and playing center will be number 7, Wyatt Thames, followed by the designated hitter, Frank Zapata. Casey Leavitt-McGee in left, Luke Piazza at first, Aiden Toklas at right, Kaihuke Young at third, Jace Jeremiah at short, Atticus Gonzalez behind the dish, Jacob Ornelas at second, and Harry Tews on the mound for the Merchants. Now for the home Seagulls, number 8, Josh Hansen leading things off and playing third. In center, Josh Algren. In left, Isaiah Landry. In right, Andrew Tinsley, followed by Jake Barber at second, Kai Holm at short, Jake Brewer at first, Shane Stanley behind the dish, Ethan Rohn DHing, and pitching for the Seagulls today is number 14, Dwyer Lewis, the ace for the San Francisco Seagulls. He's gone 7 innings in every single start this season, and that helped him become one of the select CCL Showcase players that the Seagulls will represent in San Diego tomorrow at the CCL Showcase. Dwyer Lewis will be joined with Josh Hansen, Ryan Lordier, Will Ellis, and Andrew Tinsley. Those are the CCL Showcase selections for the Seagulls. And again, that will be tomorrow night. The game starts at 7. Festivities start at 2:30. You can watch that on Bally Sports. Second pitch from Dwyer Lewis, and Wyatt Thames hits this one into right center. And it is a leadoff single that will turn into a double. So first batter of the game, Wyatt Thames moves up to second base. And slow start for this outfield out there in right center. And a very speedy outfield, the fastest outfield that the Seagulls can align out there, with Landry in left, Aldrin in center, and Andrew Tinsley in right. Here's the designated hitter, Frank Zapata. Zapata, who played 2 seasons at Laney College, the home field for the Merchants. Ground ball to short. Kai Holm fields it cleanly. Throw to first is past the first baseman, Jake Brewer, and it's going to be a throwing error. And the throw to second gets away, and now Thames will walk in, and Zapata moves all the way up to third. So a very sloppy start for this Seagulls defense. So Zapata reaches all the way up to third on a couple of errors. A throwing error from Kai Holm, and then a throwing error from the first baseman, Jake Brewer. So not the ideal start for Dwyer Lewis on the mound, who is getting the start today, and unfortunately means he won't be able to pitch tomorrow in the CCL Showcase in San Diego. But now that he's getting the start today, definitely a win day for the Seagulls. And a windy day as well. Here's Casey Leavitt-McGee, and takes a look at a strike. McGee also just spent his freshman season at Laney College, headed back for his sophomore campaign. Slider in the dirt, nice block from Stanley to keep it in front of him. 1-2. Zapata at third base, nobody out, and it's 1-0 Merchants. That one misses outside. The 2-2 is smacked out to right field. Tinsley will make the catch. Zapata tagging, and he will come in to score. It's 2-0 Merchants and 1 gone in the top of the first. So sac fly and an RBI for McGee. And what a quick start for the Merchants. This matchup between the Alameda Merchants and San Francisco Seagulls was supposed to take place a couple of days ago, but there was some mix-up with the umpiring crew, and no umpires showed up for that game as Piazza, swinging at the first pitch, reaches on a single. So a pair of singles here in the first. And here's the right fielder, number 44, Aiden Toklas. Toklas from San Francisco went to Sacred Heart Cathedral as he takes a look at a strike. Went to the University of Hawaii out of high school and is now a sophomore at College of San Mateo. Second pitch misses outside, 1-1. Toklas in his junior and senior year at Sacred Heart hit .287, 12 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 42 RBIs in 56 games. Nice slider from Lewis, gets it over, 1-2. At CSM this spring, only 35 at-bats, hit .171 with 5 RBIs. This is a ground ball, and it's placed perfectly in between Kai Holm, the shortstop, and Josh Hansen, the third baseman, in the 5-6 hole, and it's back-to-back singles for the Merchants. So, very uncharacteristic so far for not only this defense, but also Dwyer Lewis giving up multiple hits here in the first inning, albeit it's a tough start when your defense doesn't have your back and you're immediately thrown out of the stretch. Here's Kaihuke Young. The third baseman takes a look at ball one. Young from Lemoore, California, went to Fresno High School. Modesto JC and is a senior at Northwestern Missouri State. Here's a line drive shot. It's a fair ball. Josh Hansen diving attempt, but he's unable to haul it in. This is going to roll all the way to the hill. 2 runs will score, and it's a double for Kaihuke Young, and it's 4-0 Merchants. So an electric start for the Merchants here. 4 hits, 3 singles, and a double. And they take the early advantage.
Now batting, tonight's hot dog hitter, number 3, Jace Jeremiah.
Here's Jace Jeremiah, the shortstop for the Merchants. Jeremiah from San Mateo, California, went to Aragon High School, Skyline College, and is a senior at St. John's University. Runner on second, 1 out, and swing and a miss, strike 1. Spent 4 years on varsity and hit .378 in his senior year with 7 doubles, 3 triples, and 4 homers at Aragon High School. Here's the 0-1 from Lewis, another slider and another strike. Jeremiah quickly down the count, 0-2. At Skyline, he hit .333 with 13 doubles, 2 triples, and 6 homers, and then in his 2 years at St. John's, he's hit .210. As it's another slider, he's able to get a piece of it to stay alive, still 0-2. St. John's, 6 doubles, 27 RBIs in 57 games. Like I said, he's headed back for his senior season. Slider misses inside, 1-2. Well, this is the last game for before a little hiatus for the Seagulls pick back up on Monday, the 22nd, as this is a ground ball to third. Hansen stabs at it. Throw to first is in time. 2 gone as Jeremiah is retired.
Now batting number 27, Atticus Gonzalez.
Here's number 27, the catcher, Atticus Gonzalez, batting 8th today. And sort of weird, but this is actually the first time the Seagulls have played the Merchants, and they haven't had a two-way pitcher on the mound. Rocco Borelli has started in the 3 games that these teams have played against each other, and he started on the mound and been the designated hitter, hitting in the middle of the order. 0-1 on Gonzalez from San Leandro to St. Joseph Notre Dame High School as he takes a look at a ball inside. 1-1. Headed to his second year at Cal State Los Angeles in the Division II CCAA conference. So Cal State LA versus Cal State East Bay matchup right here. Another slider, swing and a miss. 1-2. Two on, 2 out, and 2 strikes here on Gonzalez. Actually, excuse me, just 1 on. That's Kayuke Young at second. Here's the 1-2. Misses. 2-2. Gonzalez, 71 games in his 3 years on varsity at St. Joseph Notre Dame. Hit .409, 23 doubles, and 5 homers. And this spring at Cal State LA, played in 12 games, hitting .200 as a freshman. The 2-2. Fastball, and this one's driven into right center field. It's going to be another extra base hit for the Merchants. Gonzalez rounding second, and he will hold up there. Nonetheless, it's an RBI double for Atticus Gonzalez, and it is 5-0 Merchants.
Now batting number 11, Jacob Ornelas.
So this inning has definitely snowballed, and what was a tough start, just a single in a right center field, misplayed. Thames made it up all the way up to second base on a little lackadaisical outfield work in right center as Jacob Ornelas takes a look at strike 1, batting 9th today. And then after that, Zapata hit a ground ball to short, errant throw down the line, got away from Brewer, and then he tried to throw out Zapata, moving up to second base, and made an errant throw himself, scored 1, and Zapata moved up to third. Two and 1. Ornelas from Honolulu, Hawaii. And he takes a look at strike 2. Late call, but definitely looked like a strike from here. 2-2. He is a junior at Augustana College. Augustana. Played in 13 games for the Augusta team as this one is fouled straight back and out of play. He made the Division II College World Series, but just had 2 hits and 23 at-bats that season. And this spring he went 4 for 9 in 3 games. Swing and a miss, strike 3, but not before 5 runs come in here in the top of the first. The Merchants out in front early here in San Bruno, California. Home half of the first, already 5-0 Merchants as they jump out in front in the top of the first. It's the right-hander Harry Twos on the mound from Concord, California, went to De La Salle High School, Holy Names, and is a junior at Fresno Pacific. Made 7 appearances this spring, going 1-for-1 with a 2.89 ERA and 9 1/3 innings pitched. This is Twos' 7th appearance and 6th start of the season. 18 2/3 innings pitched, 16 hits, 17 earned runs, 22 walks, 19 punch-outs. So he comes in with an 8.20 ERA, trying to lower those numbers as he's facing the leadoff hitter for the Seagulls, number 8, Josh Hansen, who was expecting, a lot of people were expecting a call to him in the MLB draft that just concluded this afternoon. But Hansen, who went undrafted, will now be heading to USC. Most likely will be heading to USC, I will say. This is a half swing, and the throw to first is just in time. Nice play from Young at third base. Hansen almost had a sort of a bunt single to lead things off for the Seagulls. Instead, one gone. Here is Josh Algren, center fielder, batting second today. Had most of his college success at Ohlone as a freshman, which was a first-team all-conference selection. And he is a third-year Seagull. Him and Liam Forsythe, the only third-year Seagulls on the roster, as he foul tips that one. 1-1. Algren currently in the transfer portal, looking for a home this spring. Hit .348 his freshman year at Ohlone, 19 stolen bases, 25 RBIs in 40 games. As he takes a look at strike 2, 2-2 on Algren. The 2-2 misses outside, now 3-2. This one popped up, but out of play. So we'll try the 3-2 again. Ball 4, fastball misses low and outside, and so it's a one-out walk for Algren. So in steps Isaiah Landry, the left fielder for the Seagulls. Comes in with the second best batting average on the team as he's been swinging a hot bat lately. Hitting just under 300. Trying to get this one down for a bunt single. Landry's got wheels, but the throw to first is in time for the second out. So nice play from Twos, getting off the mound and making a play on that one. Algren moves up to second, so it'll be a sacrifice. And here's Andrew Tinsley. Tinsley, who's got a couple of home runs this past week. Him and Jake Barber now tied most home runs on the team with 2 each. So the Seagulls have had some, finally starting to see the power come along in the first half of the season. Definitely more of a contact team, and good plate vision and plate discipline would draw a lot of walks. Still, one of the top 4 teams in all of the CCL in walks drawn. So he takes a look at ball 2. The 2-0 from Twos. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. So Tinsley, one of the showcase selections headed down to San Diego tomorrow for some very fun festivities. Things will kick off with the player combine at 2:30 as Twos gets the curveball over for a strike. 2:30, it'll be a USA Baseball prospect development pipeline for MLB scouts and college coaches. And then the home run derby is at 4:30. And Josh Hansen will be participating in that one, so that should be exciting to watch. This one's popped up to the second baseman in short right field, makes the catch for the third out. 5-0 Merchants through one as we head to the top of the second. Top of the second here in San Bruno at Tom Lara Field. Dwyer Lewis still on the mound. 5 runs came across in the top of the first. The most runs that Lewis has surrendered in a single inning all season, as he came into this one with a 1.80 ERA, one of the best pitchers in all of the CCL, whether that's the North or South Division. Gets a swing and a miss on Wyatt Thames, who kicked things off with a single in the last inning. Thames quickly down in the count, 0-2. Lewis set in the 0-2, rung him up, strike three. So good way to bounce back from an ugly start to the ball game. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Dwyer Lewis. So now 35 punch-outs this season in 36 1/3 innings pitched. And what is absolutely insane is Will Ellis, as a reliever, has 33 strikeouts. Him and Dwyer Lewis were tied for the most strikeouts on the team with 33, but Ellis has only thrown 22 innings this season, as he has been flat out unhittable. So safe to say Dwyer and Will both deserving of the CCL showcase nod, as that one misses inside on Zapata, 2-1. Like I said, this is Lewis's 6th start of the season, and he's gone 7 innings in all of his starts. This is a fly ball to center field, and easy work for Josh Algren out there. 2 gone.
Now batting number 33, Casey Levin McGee.
Here's Levitt McGee. He hit a sac fly with an RBI in his first at-bat. And he has been one of the better hitters in the CCL so far this season. But he rolls this one over to Barber at second. And an easy flip to first in time. So a good 1-2-3 inning for Dwyer Lewis on the mound. And we'll be back for the bottom of the second. Seagulls got lots of work to do here early, 5-0. Jake Barber leading things off for the Seagulls here in the bottom of the second. Takes a look at strike one. Second pitch high, 1-1. Barber from Raleigh, North Carolina. Two and one on Barber. The incoming sophomore at Queen's University of Charlotte fouls this one back 2-2. Well, and we were waiting for the pop to show here in the CCL, as in his freshman year at Queen's University of Charlotte, he had 8 homers and 7 doubles. Now 2 homers in league play here in the CCL. Barber, 2 homers and 2 doubles. Takes a look at strike 3 right there. Good spot from Harry Twos for the first out. Here's Kai Holm, the shortstop. First pitch, and he gives this one a ride, but a little out in front. It's a foul ball. Kai Holm from Redwood City. Went to Sequoia High School, College of San Mateo, and just finished his junior year at Coppin State University. Hit .457 in his senior year at Sequoia High School in 26 games, including 15 doubles and 3 triples. And at CSM, hit .367 as a freshman and .333 as a sophomore. And then this spring hit .280 at Coppin State University, so he really has hit everywhere he's gone. And for a while, early in the season, was leading the team in RBIs. But now Ryan Lordier has emerged and now leading with 15. Kai Holm, still 10 RBIs. Him and Josh Hansen tied with the second most. Like a changeup, that one spiked. 3-2 on Kai Holm with 1 gone here in the bottom of the second. Jake Brewer, the first baseman, in the on-deck circle. 3-2, and this one runs inside and jams home a little bit. Leave it McGee out there and left, makes the catch. 2 gone. Here's Jake Brewer from San Bruno, California. Went to Cappuccino High School and played this spring at Kenyatta College, in which he hit .377 in 23 games with an impressive 1.101 OPS. Two's first pitch is high, ball one. This is the fourth game between the Merchants and the Seagulls this summer. Like I said, this matchup the fourth game was supposed to take place just a couple of days ago in Oakland at Laney College before the umpires didn't show. 1-2 on Brewer. 2 gone. Two's working quickly, goes back to the slider, but misses low and out. 2-2. Two and two on Brewer. Two sets and fires the fastball right there. Strike three. Pair of punch outs here in the second for Twos. Both looking as we head to the third. It's still 5-0. Merchants out in front. First baseman Luke Piazza leading things off here in the top of the third. Takes a look at a ball outside. Piazza hitting cleanup today. He singled and came around to score back in the first. Piazza, currently a senior at Willamette, went to Royal High School. He's from Simi Valley. And out of high school went to UC Davis. Hit .375 across his 3 years on varsity. Played 2 seasons at UC Davis, but only played in 20 games, hitting .174 before transferring to Willamette. He takes a look at a strike, 1-2. This spring at Willamette, hit .352, 10 doubles, 6 homers, and 35 RBIs. Rolls this one foul, so it'll stay 1-2. Lewis misses outside with the curveball, trying to backdoor the left-hand hitter with that slider. Fastball. Piazza gets this one into left field, and it'll land in front of Landry. It's a leadoff single for the Merchants.
Now batting number 44, Aiden Tacos.
Sixth hit of the ball game for the Merchants here. through 2 innings. And here's Aiden Toklas. He singled in his first at-bat and came around to score as well. First pitch from Lewis in there, strike one. The 0-1 misses outside. Swing and a miss from Toklas. 1-2. Toklas, the 5th best batting average on the team, hitting .275 coming into this one. As he takes a look at ball 2. He's got a homer this season. One of 3 batters on this roster that has a homer. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's down swinging for the first out. So 3 punch outs for Lewis through 2 1/3. And here is Kaiukai Young, who doubled and came around to score back in the first. 1 for 1 today. Good slider from Lewis in there, strike one. There's always a good sign from every pitcher, but especially Lewis, who primarily gets out in front, strike one throughout the ball game, as doubles up on the slider. Now 0-2. Young comes into this one hitting .279, 9 RBIs. Check swing, he holds up in time. 1-2. Piazza at first, 1 gone. The 1-2 from Lewis. It is down the line, but foul. Remember, Young back in the first hit that line drive down the line, past the diving Hansen at third. And what was a 2-run double. So a couple of RBIs for Young already. Try the 1-2 again. Slider just misses. 2-2. Fastball. Young just gets a piece of it, so we'll stay 2-2. So a couple of former GSCBL opponents between the Merchants and the Seagulls, as Young goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lewis and 4 in the ballgame. The Merchants won the Golden State League in 2013 and 2014, so they were also back-to-back champs. Same as the Seagulls. This is a line drive from Jeremiah off the glove of Brewer, but he's able to pick it up and step on first in plenty of time. Single to lead things off, but a couple of punch-outs and 3 unassisted. We go to the bottom of the third, still 5-0 Alameda. Shane Stanley leading things off for the Seagulls here in the home half of the third. Doing the catching duties today. First pitch he sees, and he hits it into left center field. And it's a leadoff single in the first hit of the ball game for the Seagulls. So Stanley gets the Seagulls on the hit column. And here's Ethan Rohn, the two-way out of Oklahoma. Picked up his first pitching outing yesterday against the Crawdads, going 1 inning and a couple of strikeouts. And from what I've been told, seems like he's been dealing with a little bit of arm injuries early in the season. That's why he's primarily been at second base. But now, getting that arm back and ready to pitch more. Him and Matt Moreno, a couple of two-ways, and the guy who just hit a single, Shane Stanley, who's been a huge help to the bullpen, including some really key opportunities late in the ball game. This one fouled back, 1-1 on Roan. Roan takes a look at ball 2, 2-2. Finished his sophomore year at Murray State JC and is transferring to Central University this fall. As the fastball, good take from Roan. Count runs full, 3-2. Hit .344 this spring with over a 1 OPS. He does have a homer this summer. As the fastball fouled straight back, Roan just missed that one. He had a 7 RBI game this spring, about 3 months ago now, at Murray State JC. Fastball swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for twos in this one. One gone for Josh Hansen, one of the CCL Showcase selects for the Seagulls, and he will also be participating in the Home Run Derby at 4:30 tomorrow. Remember, the whole day starting from 2:30 to 7 will be on Bally Sports and broadcasted, so you can watch at home. And if you want to go in person, I think it's hosted at Compton College. The 1-1 misses outside, 2-1. Well, myself, along with a lot of other people associated with the Seagulls, were constantly refreshing the MLB draft tracker, especially in day 1 and mostly day 2 before the end of the 10th round, to see if Josh Hansen would be selected in the MLB draft. So there were words that he definitely had a chance, but I think after a certain number of rounds, seems like he's just decided to go to college and spend a few years there before redeclaring for the draft. Takes a look at a strike. 3-2 now on Hansen. Three-two, misses low, and ball 4. Now runners on first and second, and 1 out for Josh Algren. Algren walked in his first plate appearance. He's got runners on first and second, 1 out. And down by 5 runs, the Seagulls need to get something going here if they want to come back into the game. 0-1 as he swings through the fastball. The 0-1, and it is a bunt, but foul. 0-2. Josh yesterday went 3 for 4 with a run and an RBI, a walk, and a stolen base. That 3 for 4 performance helped him get his batting average up. Now he's hitting .226 after really struggling at the beginning of the year. And Josh Hansen's picked off at first base, caught in a rundown, and he'll be tagged out. 2 gone here in the bottom of the third. Nice heads-up play from Atticus Gonzalez, the Merchants catcher, as Hansen was a little too far off the bag right there. So Stanley moves up to third. 2 gone now, and 1-2 on Josh Algren. The 1-2 from twos, and it is fouled off. This one popped up. Third baseman Young will give it a run, but it'll land in the home bullpen out of play. Algren, after his stolen base yesterday, now leads the team in that category. His 8 stolen bases, followed by Andrew Tinsley with 7, Isaiah Landry with 7, and Ryan Lordier with 6. The 1-2, and it's a good changeup from twos as Algren swings through it. Strike 3. Pair of strikeouts for twos here in the third. We go to the fourth, still 5-0 Merchants. Back here in the top of the fourth in San Bruno at Tom Lara Field for Seagulls baseball, and I'm here with a special guest, the general manager now of the San Francisco Seagulls, Mark Caviglia. Mark, this is your first year not on the field as the manager for the Seagulls. First of all, what is this new position like? Now standing and operating from the outside, not really in full control of what's happening on the field. How are you liking what's different about being a general manager?
No, thanks for having me on here, Cam. And, definitely one of the things where we're heading into the 21st season of Seagulls baseball, and a new role for me, but glad to be on the other side of the fence and see some of these young coaches be able to thrive, like, Dom Sebastiani and Max Lopez, Cage Cascone, Dominic Dunlau, Bill Ferreira. See them thrive in this role and, put themselves in position to, coach the game at this level and continue to grow their resumes and continue their path in this game. So I'm excited for it.
You and Doug Price co-founded the San Francisco Seagulls back in 2003, like you mentioned, the 21st season of the Seagulls. What was your initial vision of the Seagulls, and how has that grown and prospered since?
Yeah, that's a good question. Doug and I started this team based off of he coached me at City College San Francisco, and then he coached me a little bit in the summer for the San Francisco Seals and the San Francisco Angels, and he came up with an idea of creating this team, and we decided what the name was going to be, and he had a great idea. He was working at Aliota's on the wharf, and he saw a bunch of seagulls stealing food from tourists, and that's how we, created the name San Francisco Seagulls. But in terms of where we're at 21 years later, definitely wouldn't have envisioned it growing to this capacity where, we have our collegiate team withstanding for 21 years, and we're finishing up our 7th season as a youth academy. I still remember back in 2003, 2004, when we were playing our first games, we had a 10-game season playing out of San Francisco city parks like Big Rec and Moscone and some of the other parks in the area.
So this is obviously the first season for the Seagulls as Lewis and Stanley throws this one into right field down in foul territory, and Gonzalez moves up to second. It's been sloppy defensively for the Seagulls early in the ball game. Very uncharacteristic of the Seagulls so far this season, and they're going to say this one went out of play, and so Gonzalez will move all the way up to third base. Still nobody out with Jacob Ornelas at the dish. So, Mark, this is your first season for the Seagulls being in the CCL. Obviously, you guys were back-to-back champions as this was a fly ball out to center field. Runner at third is tagging, and he will come in to score. It's now 6-0 Merchants and one gone here in the top of the fourth. First season in the CCL as affiliates. Currently one game back of making the playoffs as the third team in the North Division. Top three from the North and South make the CCL playoffs. What has been the biggest jump that you've seen, whether it's the competition or anything really that goes on with being now a CCL affiliate versus being in the Golden State League?
If you look at it from a landscape perspective in terms of where the games are being played and everything, it's pretty similar in terms of travel to what we've had in the past. The Golden State Collegiate League, we're in that league for 12 seasons, fortunate enough to win the championship in 2022 and 2023. The transition to the CCL has been a good one. I think in terms of just consistency and quality of play is where we're seeing the biggest difference. And in pitching depth, bullpen arms are a lot more firm. Starting pitching's a little bit more crisp. But, overall, it's the pitching, in my opinion, that's different from what we've seen in the past in the Golden State Collegiate League. Summer collegiate baseball, the landscape continues to change year over year. 10 years ago, we were able to field 20 pitchers easily and play 50-plus games. Nowadays, a lot of pitchers are going on to their own throwing programs, and coaches are shutting guys down after 10, 12 innings. So, it's harder and harder to find pitching. But I think that with the CCL and the reputation of 30-plus years running the league, a lot of professionals, a lot of big leaguers coming from the league, coaches are a little bit more willing to send players to the CCL team. So that's where I've seen the biggest change.
Wyatt Thames is single into left center field, his second single of the ball game. Here's Frank Zapata. Thames on the move. Throw down to second, and he's in safely. It's a stolen base for Wyatt Thames. One gone. Now runner on second. One run across here in the fourth. Frank Zapata fly out and reached on an error back in the first. Slider misses 2-1 on Zapata. So obviously not currently on the field managing, but obviously still have a very close feel of what's going on with your relationship with Coach Dom Sebastiani and the rest of the coaching staff, along with the players on the team. What do you think it's going to take as we have a little hiatus? CCL showcases tomorrow, and then back to action on Monday for, I believe, 7 straight games to finish off the regular season. What is it going to take for the Seagulls to come back down by 1 game for the 3rd spot, down 2 for the 2nd spot, where the Sonoma Stompers are? What is it going to take for the Seagulls to make a playoff push here in the home stretch of the regular season?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting last week of the season. July 22nd to July 28th, we have 7 straight games, 2 against the Sonoma Stompers, who are ahead of us by 2 games, 3 against the Alameda Merchants, play the Menlo Park Legends once, and then the division-leading Walnut Creek Crawdads. So definitely going to be a tough week of baseball, but I think at the end of the day, our pitching's been really good this year for the most part. Going into today's game, I think we were 2nd in the CCL North in pitching and 3rd across 13 CCL teams in pitching. So it's something where 90% of the time the pitching's really showed up this year. Offensively is where we've really struggled to find consistency. I think we're hitting 215 or around there as a team and haven't been able to string together many hits and have wasted some pretty good pitching performances. So I think at the end of the season, if we can put together a nice balanced attack where we're swinging it better than we have been, continuing to pitch well, playing a little bit better defense, we'll be in position to make the 2nd or 3rd seed in the playoffs. You want to, anytime you're in the summer or just in general, you want to have a chance to play into the postseason on the last week of the season. And while we've been up and down throughout the year and we're currently 1 game under 500 overall, we put ourselves in a position where we can control our own destiny. If we go take care of business that last week of the season, we'll be in the playoffs in our inaugural season of the CCL. And from there, anything can happen.
The 2-2 fly ball to Isaiah Landry out there in left. And he makes the catch for the 3rd out. 1 run comes across here in the top of the 4th. Stick with us. We'll have more with the general manager of the San Francisco Seagulls, Mark Caviglia, in the home half of the 4th. Bottom of the fourth here at Tom Lara Field in San Bruno, California. Cameron Anderson here with Mark Caviglia, the general manager of the San Francisco Seagulls, as Isaiah Landry set to lead things off, currently the second best batting average on the team, as his bat has come along, a bat that you assumed would eventually come along after a great freshman campaign at Alabama State. And one of his high school buddies and guy that I played against as well, R.J. Green out of Cal, just drafted in the 4th round to the now Oakland Athletics, soon to be just the Athletics, wherever they go. Landry hitting .294 coming into this one, and second in stolen bases with 7. So obviously the CCL Showcase tomorrow night. Game is at 7. Home Run Derby at 4:30, and Josh Hansen will be participating in that one. Other CCL Showcase selects Dwyer Lewis, starting pitcher in this one, along with Will Ellis, who has been, I think, no debate, the best reliever in the CCL, as he now has a .41 ERA and 33 strikeouts in 22 innings. He'll be going up there with Ryan Lordier and Andrew Tinsley, who's on deck. Tell me a little bit about what you've seen from the 5 CCL selections, the showcase selections, as Landry hits that one up the middle for a base hit.
All 5 of those guys have put together solid seasons. Starting with the pitchers, Dwyer and Will. I mean, talk about having a guy that takes the ball every night in Dwyer, and you got a good shot of getting 7 strong innings from him. I know, tonight he had a rough first inning. It was, leaving the fastball up a little bit. Slider command wasn't there, and Merchants took advantage of some mistakes. But before tonight, he had 35 innings pitched. Less than a hit an inning, 4 walks in 35 innings, 33 punch-outs. Throwing the slider for a strike at any count. Mound presence was there. Definitely a well-deserved honor for Dwyer to be selected in the game. Will Ellis, another guy that, anytime he touches the ball, whether it's a reliever, which has been the majority of it, or starter where he won 5 shutout innings earlier in the year, he's a tough guy to hit. 1 earned run, and that was a debatable earned run. 22 innings, low walk totals, 33 strikeouts, 1 whip as well, just like Dwyer Lewis. 6 saves, 2 wins. I mean, doesn't get much better than that out of the bullpen. And he's a guy that back-to-back years, just like Dwyer, has been really good for us. The hitters, Josh Hansen, leads the team in extra base hits. Led the team in runs when he was selected, double-digit RBIs, plays multiple positions, highly touted high school senior going to USC next year. Has produced at the top of the lineup for us since he got switched there over the last 4 or 5 games. Another guy, Ryan Lordier, his approach is a very professional approach. Definitely lets the ball travel, uses the middle of the diamond. High contact rate guy, doesn't strike out much. Has had some big hits for the Seagulls. It's an honor for him to go there as well, too. And then Andrew Tinsley has kind of been our catalyst. Average is up there in the top 5. RBIs are up there in the top 5. A couple home runs, runs the bases really well. And has been a tough out with low strikeout totals, too. So all 5 of those guys, well-deserving. We're honored to have them go out there and represent the Seagulls and represent the CCL North and, be on national TV. Was the games televised on, I believe, 7 different regions of Bally Sports. So it should be a pretty nice festivity for those guys tomorrow. They're all flying out in the morning and, going to be treated like, all-stars and showcase their talent.
Yeah, it should be a lot of excitement for tomorrow's showcase. And, yeah, like you said, we'll be on Bally Sports in every region of the country. The showcase game at 7 o'clock. The 102 Barber is up 2-0. Landry moved up to second base on the throwing error. So one gone, runner in scoring position. And Barber, who has been swinging a hot bat, and like I said, in his first at-bat, you expected the power to eventually come as a freshman at Queens University of Charlotte. He had 8 homers and 7 doubles. Him and Tinsley now tied with 2 home runs on the season. But he takes a ball, and that is a 4-pitch walk for Barber. And once again, runners on first and second in back-to-back innings for the Seagulls. And here's Kai Holm, the senior at Coppin State University, as looks like Atticus Gonzalez, the catcher, will call time. Talk to his right-hander, Harry Tews, who is having one of his best performances of the summer. Came into this one with over an 8 ERA, high strikeouts, but also high walk rate. But he's been magnificent so far in this one against the Seagulls, as they've only been able to muster 2 hits and 3 walks. So Kai Holm getting ready, and for a while early in the season, he was leading the team in RBIs. Definitely one of the better bats in the first half of the season. First and second, one gone. Tews fires home, and it's fouled straight back, 0-1. One and one on home. This one popped up. First baseman Piazza roams into foul territory, makes the catch, and an unproductive second out from home. And in steps the first baseman, Jake Brewer. Brewer 0 for 1 today, struck out looking in his first at-bat back in the second. The local kid from San Bruno to Cappuccino High School, and currently at Kenyatta. Had a great season this spring at Kenyatta, over a 1 OPS. Out in front of this one, rolls it foul, 1-1. Slider, it's back up the middle. Thames fields it in center. Landry being waved, coming around. It'll be cut off, and he comes in to score. And it's 6-1 Merchants as the Seagulls get on the board here in the fourth. So RBI single for Jake Brewer. And we'll see if that starts to kick things off for this Seagulls offense that has been really strong at coming from behind late into games, albeit just the 4th inning here, but with a 5-run first, a lot of work to do early in the ball game. Here's Shane Stanley. And Mark, speak a little bit about Shane Stanley, who obviously a Gold Glove winner at CCSF, one of the best defensive catchers in all of California community colleges. I mean, was voted as the best. And he's been great behind the plate, but also has come alive as a reliever.
Yeah, I mean, Shane played for us last summer. He was a late ad, got it for the second half of the season, and, you know, highly prowessed and thought of as a defensive catcher. And that's definitely been, you know, true as advertised. does a really good job of calling the game, receiving, and throwing. But last summer, late in the year, guys are on fumes pitching wise, and I saw the arm strength there and the quick action, and I thought maybe he had a chance to be a pitcher. I threw him once or twice and liked what I saw. And when he came back this summer, I was talking to Dom Sebastiani and Cage Cascone, and I said I think he really can be a guy that has a future as a pitcher. The fastball, runs up in the upper 80s, good slider. And, to be a good pitcher, you don't just have to have good stuff, but you have to have the right mentality. You got to, think that you're better than that guy at the plate, and realize that hitters get themselves out, and you have to, make sure that you're a bulldog out there, and that's exactly what Shane is, and that's why the results have been in his favor on the mound.
Yeah, and with a guy like Stanley, as a catcher, he knows how to get guys out. So that really helps translate onto the mound as well. And he also knows how to sort of temper himself. There's obviously been times where he's gotten big outs and has been very emotional about it. And, for good reason, he's been in some tough situations and gotten the Seagulls out of them, whether it's holding a game where it is down by 1 to give them a shot in the bottom of the ninth or whatever it may be. I think the fact that him being a catcher and knowing how to deal with pitchers, but also knowing how to call games, he knows how to get batters out. Looks like Vicente Molina will come into the ball game for the Seagulls, as Dwyer Lewis's night will be over after 4 innings. 5 punch-outs for Lewis here in this one, and this will be the first start of the season that he does not go 7 innings. It'll be a very difficult task to keep up. Vicente Molina out of South San Francisco went to St. Ignatius College Prep, also known as SI, University of Laverne, and finished his grad year at Hawaii Pacific. In his 4 seasons at Laverne, he posted a 5.60 ERA in 27 innings, struck out 13 batters. But this spring at Hawaii Pacific, he had a 3 ERA in 16 appearances, striking out 14 batters, and even picked up a save against Azusa Pacific this spring. Haven't seen a lot of Vicente Molina here at home in recent games. He was definitely one of the first guys out of the bullpen early in the season. What have you seen from Vicente Molina so far this summer?
Now batting number 36, Luke Piazza.
Yeah, Vicente's a local kid from South San Francisco, like you said. Played in the Golden State Collegiate Baseball League on 2 different teams before joining the Seagulls this year, and definitely a good bullpen arm. Throws the fastball for a strike. A lot of movement on the fastball. Good mound presence, and a guy who can get out quickly. Hasn't pitched much recently, but we're glad to have him back throwing innings for us. And he's another one of those guys that's going to be big as we go down the stretch. I mean, with 7 games in 7 days, you need some depth from your starting pitching, but we've been beefing up the bullpen here, and if our bullpen can pitch to its ability, get some good quality starts, and do enough offensively, I think we can get into the 2nd or 3rd seed. It's going to be a wild last part of the season, and Vicente is going to play a big part in our success.
Yeah, speaking of some of the new arms, as like you said, it's going to be all hands on deck for the next 7 games in 7 days. Maybe speak a little bit about Will Gnibus, Lincoln Juarez, and Wilbur Barrios, the new add to the bullpen for the Seagulls. What are they going to contribute to this bullpen late down the stretch?
Yeah, Will played for us out of high school in 2021. Bellarmine High School, was recruited by University of Portland, went up there, and has bounced around a little bit since. But he's a big lefty, firm, 88 to 91, good breaking ball, good idea of how to pitch. Was the Junior College Coast North Conference Pitcher of the Year in 2023. We're glad to have him back. Lincoln Juarez, West Valley Junior College, was one of their main pitchers on a team that finished third in the state. Was one of the best teams in Northern California and the state. Strike thrower, pounds the zone, forces contact. Not going to necessarily overpower you, but he's going to put himself in good counts and counts where hitters get themselves out. And Wilbur Barrios is a new addition. Pitched this past year at Northern Colorado University, was a Delta Junior College pitcher before that, and Delta Junior College is one of the best teams year in and year out in the state. We'll add some depth, and we also have signed a guy from Cal State East Bay that will be reporting right after the All-Star break in R.J. Aranda, through about 45 innings at East Bay as a starter and a reliever, and will be big for us down the stretch as well too.
That prompts the question in my mind, is there any allegiance to Cal State East Bay specifically? Obviously, you've had Dwyer Lewis a couple years in the GSCBL. He was runner-up pitcher of the year for the Bees, and then joined the Seagulls last year and won pitcher of the year. What about the likes of Owen Gallegos and Nick Balch, some other CSE Cal State East Bay guys, and we'll have a little bit more. Actually, that one not dug out by Brewer at first base, so that'll give Jace Jeremiah a chance here with 2 gone in the top of the 5th, and it's another error from the Seagulls defense, as this has been a tough game defensively and got to be the most errors this defense has committed all season in one game. So Young reaches, and here's Jace Jeremiah. First pitch to Jeremiah in there, 0-1. So is there any allegiance to Cal State East Bay specifically? Now 4 guys in the bullpen from currently at Cal State East Bay, or just a little bit of a coincidence?
Definitely a little bit of a coincidence. We've had Cal State East Bay players in the past. Actually had players from Hayward State before it was Cal State East Bay. But, one of the things where Gallegos played at the Golden State Collegiate League, was interested, and Dwyer Lewis went out there and recruited him to play for us. Nick Balch, local guy, San Bruno, Cappuccino High School, was interested, and Dwyer helped us secure him. And, it's one of those things where when you get guys that are all about competing and they want their team to be as successful as possible, there's nothing better than a referral, not just in the professional world or life, but in baseball. And that's kind of how we landed all the East Bay guys this summer.
All right, we'll take a quick break before the bottom of the 5th. Ethan Rohn set to lead things off for the Seagulls. Bottom of the 5th here in San Bruno. Seagulls down by 5. Cameron Anderson here with Mark Caviglia, the GM of the San Francisco Seagulls. Ethan Rohn leading things off. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Rohn, who is all over this one, but just out in front, hooks it foul. Rohn is another interesting guy, a two-way guy, similar to Matt Moreno, has come along with the pitching here later in the season. Had an inning yesterday against the Crawdads. What do you what do you expect from Roan and Moreno? Obviously, we've seen Moreno light up the radar gun in his two outings, one in the non-league game and then one in the league game, in which he exited out after the first inning with an apparent injury before his second inning of work, as this is a ground ball to short. Nice play from Jeremiah in time. One gone.
Both Moreno and Roan were guys that we were expecting to get some length from out of the bullpen or spot start here and there. Hasn't gone as planned. Roan, after one outing on opening day, had some arm issues and is just getting back in the swing of things. So it was good to see him throw an inning yesterday. The arm was getting better because, like I said, 7 games, 7 days, all chips in. It's gonna take a collective group effort to find a way to get to the postseason. So I'm sure he'll see some time on the mound at some point. Moreno, live arm, great two-way player going to Loyola Marymount. Has a bright future. Probably won't throw for us the rest of the summer, just based off of the back injury and some precaution. But I think he has a nice career as a two-way guy at Loyola Marymount. Through the years.
So here's Josh Hansen in an 0-2 count. Hansen has definitely raised a lot of hype and awareness now being with the Seagulls. This is second year with the Seagulls. The line drive back up the middle. It's a base hit. A one-out single for Josh Hansen, the USC commit. And obviously, the last couple days, there was some speculation about Hansen being drafted in the MLB draft. What was the last couple days like for you? How involved were you in sort of the process with Hansen? What was your whole mindset on this week, the last couple of days, with sort of the hype around Hansen potentially being the last MLB draft pick from the Seagulls since 2016, right?
Yeah, it was one of those things where we were definitely hoping he would get the call. But Josh has a strong commitment to USC, and, he had an asking price. And, it was just a matter of if that price was going to be met or not. And, a guy who I've had in our organization on and off since he was 12 years old. So I've seen a lot of Josh Hansen before he went to IMG Academy in Florida. Came back last year as a high school junior, played in the college league with us, did a great job. He's doing really well this year too. And, I was talking with, him and his dad and some other guys involved in his draft process. And, I think his best days as a player are definitely ahead of him. He's already a great, unique talent, can do a lot of things well, but from where he was at as a 12-year-old good ball player to where he's at now, that bell curve is just going higher and higher. So I'm excited to see what the next 3 years at USC brings to the table. And, I would put my money on him being a draft pick and having a future in this game because he has something that is it can't be taught, and that's work ethic. The guy's in the weight room. The guy has strength coaches, nutrition coaches, cares about his body, and he's a special player.
Picks up a stolen base right there. Algren swinging through the 3-1 pitch, now 3-2. And this another interesting batter at bat here. 3-2 on Josh Algren, one of 3-year guys for the Seagulls, him and Liam Forsyth. You've seen Josh sort of grow the last few years, currently in the transfer portal. What do you have to say about Josh Algren? Obviously, the previous 2 years with the Seagulls, one of the best hitters in your lineup. Here's a ground ball to first. Piazza flipped to first base, and he is out at first. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th. But as Josh Algren jogging back to the dugout, speak a little bit on Josh and sort of his capabilities and what you've seen over the past few years from him.
Josh is another guy that was a catalyst for us winning the Golden State Collegiate League Championship in 2022 and 2023. Dynamic player, lefty stick. short in stature but strong, physical, drive the ball to the gaps, runs really well, great defender in the outfield, whether it's center, left field, covers a bunch of ground, and put together some big seasons. This year hasn't gone as planned offensively for him. But the at-bats are getting better and better. Had 3 hits yesterday. Was in a situation where wasn't able to play at Queens in Charlotte this year because of some transfer credits not getting reported quick enough. So he didn't have a season of 100-plus plate appearances and seeing a bunch of live arms. So this is the first live competition he's had since fall ball ended in November. So it's one of those things where it's just a matter of time before he really gets rolling, and hopefully we're seeing his best part of the season to come over the last 10 days of the season.
The 3-0 over for a strike on Landry, and yeah, like you said, you definitely see the flashes, definitely defensively, because defensively easier to be more consistent on that end. Here's a ground ball to third. Young plays back on it. Throw to first is in time, and Twos gets out of danger here. 5 strong innings for him as we head to the top of the 6th. And thank you, Mark Caviglia, for joining me in this broadcast as we head to the CCL Showcase tomorrow and have a little bit of a 5-day hiatus. Once again, thank you, Mark Caviglia, for joining the broadcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Cam. Always a pleasure. You're doing a great job. We're excited that you are broadcasting the game. It's been a big asset to our broadcast, as well as Ransom Lewis, who handles our data analytics too. So thanks to both of you guys.
We'll be back for the top of the 6th after a quick break. Top of the 6th, and Atticus Gonzalez leading things off for the Merchants against Vicente Molina, who came in relief for Dwyer Lewis, the starting pitcher. Molina gave up a single and then got a few ground balls in the last inning. First pitch to Gonzalez, and he is all over this one, hammered down the line, but that is a long strike. And Gonzalez has had some success against the Seagulls in recent games. In fact, last time these two teams played was here on July 12th in San Bruno, in which Gonzalez hit that 2-run triple, if you remember. And he also came around to score. That was a 3-run 6th inning that ended up winning the Merchants the ball game. He's doubled already in this one. Swings through that one, 1-2. And like Mark was talking about, after this game, 7 straight games for the Seagulls, absolute home stretch, if I've ever seen one. As he foul tips that one, but Stanley, the Gold Glove catcher, able to hang on for strike 3. Gonzalez, the opposing catcher, had a little chuckle and maybe told Stanley, good job back there. One gone for Jacob Ornelas. 0 for 1 today, a strikeout and a sac fly with an RBI. Molina gets ahead, 0-1. Well, these two teams will see each other 3 more times in that 7-game stretch, including a made-up game as Ornelas swings through that one. A made-up game for the game that was supposed to occur 2 days ago. I believe that one will be on the 25th, and then they will play back-to-back games. And then the Seagulls' final game will be at Arnold Field against the Sonoma Stompers, and that one could have a lot on the line as Molina gets the swing and a miss, strike 3, back-to-back punch-outs for Vicente Molina.
Now batting number 7, Wyatt Thames.
Back to the top of the order, and it's Wyatt Thames, who is 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles, a strikeout, and had a couple of stolen bases back in the 4th. Squares around, fouls it back, 0-1. Top of the 6th, and as you can see, already getting darker here in San Bruno as we get later into the summer. Earlier in the season, wouldn't even get dark until about the 9th inning, a little over 2.5 hours into the ball game. Now just an hour and a half into the ball game, and already some long shadows. This one chopped foul off of Thames, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Molina strikes out the side in order, and that is exactly the momentum the Seagulls need as we head to the bottom of the 6th, down by 5 here in San Bruno. Home half of the 6th, 6-1. Merchants out in front after a 5-run first inning. The Merchants go to the bullpen, so that'll be 5 innings for starting pitcher Harry Tews. And here's the right-hander out of Lathrop, California, Trenton Wood. Went to West High School and is a sophomore at Modesto JC. First pitch to Andrew Tinsley is high, ball one. Trenton Wood pitched in 11 games his senior year. The 4.68 ERA, had 37 strikeouts in 55 and a third innings pitched. The 1-0 misses outside. 2-0 on Tinsley. This spring, as a freshman at Modesto, made 9 appearances through 10 innings, 7 punch-outs, and a 6.10 ERA. But in the CCL so far, a 2.89 ERA in 9 and a third innings pitched, as Tinsley gets onto this one and hits a fly ball to Wyatt Thames out there in center, and one gone here in the bottom of the sixth. 12 punch-outs, 5 walks in now 9 2/3. With a 2.89 ERA for Trenton Wood. Here's Jake Barber, 0 for 1 today with a walk. Barber had a solo shot the last time these two teams played, just 5 days ago, or 4 days ago. Barber batting 5th in the order today. The fastball misses. Three-0 on Barber. Down the middle. So now Barber a chance to hit. Here's the 3-1 from Wood. Catches the outside corner, 3-2. Kai Holm in the on-deck circle. Here's the 3-2. Barber gets a piece of it. Just 3 hits today for the Seagulls. 3-2 popped up, and Barber will see another. Barber comes into this one hitting .208, 7 runs, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, and has a stolen base. Fouls this one off again. So another 3-2 pitch. Barber making Wood work here. And once again, fouled back, and he'll see another. These two teams will face off next Thursday, July 25th. And like I mentioned, that is the makeup game for the no-show or no contest a couple of days ago. Finally, result here in this at-bat, as that one misses, ball 4, and it's a 1-out walk for Jake Barber. Barber walks, and in steps Kai Holm, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2 today. Fly out and a pop out. Fastball misses up and in, 1-0. Holm came in today hitting .203, 9 runs scored, 10 RBIs, tied second most on the team in that department. He's got 1 double. And defensively, he's been really good so far. Did have an error in the first. Barber bouncing around over there at first, move back. He's in safely. The 1-0 misses high, 2-0. Runs inside and off the fists of home, fouls it back out of play. 2-1. No Coach Dom Sebastiani for the Seagulls today, so Max Lopez, the assistant, stepping up as the manager. Lopez went to CCSF as a player, Laney College, and then Simpson University. Just graduated as an infielder from Simpson University, and his first year of coaching is just immediately thrusted as the manager. And it's not been the first time, as he's taken over in a couple of games in which Coach Dom Sebastiani's had some words for some umpires defending his players. Rightly so. 2 gone. Barber at first, and in steps Jake Brewer, who drove in the lone run of the ball game for the Seagulls. In his last at-bat, it was an RBI single. Two gone for Jake Brewer. Fouls this one back. This is Brewer's second year with the Seagulls. Hit over 300 this spring at Kenyatta College. Breaking ball, pops it up, but this one will run out of play. Young can't make a play on it. Now 2-2. 2-2 count with 2 outs and a runner on first in the home half of the 6th. Pitch from Wood misses. Now 2-2. We've had some scoreboard issues out there. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch from Wood, and this one is driven into left center field. This could be extra bases. Barber rounding second, will dig for third. It's a single as Brewer now 2 hits in the ball game, and now runners on the corners with 2 gone. So Brewer thought about digging for second, but probably smartly down by 5 runs here with 2 gone. Just hands the baton to Shane Stanley, who singled today in his first at-bat. He had the first hit of the ball game for the Seagulls back in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. First pitch from Wood, runs inside. Ball 1. Brewer fakes the steal. Gonzalez doesn't bite. 2-0. The 2-0 right down the middle. Stanley taking all the way. 2-1. Stanley spent 2 years at City College of San Francisco, currently at University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Brewer thought about stealing. Stanley once again taking that one all the way. Count is full, 3-2. Runners on the corners with 2 gone. This 5-run ball game. The 3-2 slider. Stanley just gets under it, and Leave It McGee out there will make the catch for the 3rd out. So once again, the Seagulls strand runners in scoring position. It's 6-1 as we head to the 7th. New arm on the mound for the Seagulls, and it's one of the brand new arms to the Seagulls, making his first appearance of the summer. It is Wilber Barrios, the 5'8" right-hander from Stockton, California. Went to Bear Creek High School, San Joaquin Delta, which he had the most success of his college career so far. Then transferred to Sonoma State for a year and is a senior at University of Northern Colorado. At Bear Creek High School, he was the 2019 Player of the Year. And then in his freshman season at Delta, had a 3.51 ERA and 33 1/3 innings pitched. Since then, in his 2 seasons at Sonoma State and University of Northern Colorado, he's thrown 17 2/3 innings pitched. Played last summer for the Walnut Creek Crawdads, now here with the Seagulls, making his first appearance. So we've had a couple of first appearances here at home in San Bruno for some of these new arms, like earlier in the broadcast, Mark Caviglia was touching on with the last 7 games in 7 days starting on Monday. Going to need a lot of arms out of the bullpen. Everyone trying to chip in for this final push. Currently 1 game back of the Slow Blues for the 3rd spot in the North and 2 games back of the Sonoma Stompers. And the Merchants and Legends both creeping behind the Seagulls, I believe just a game and a half back. So the Seagulls playing the Crawdads and the Stompers, the Legends, and most specifically the Merchants 3 more times after this one. Very crucial to pick up all the wins that you can. 1-1 on Frank Zapata. Takes a look at strike 2. Zapata 0 for 3 today, but did come around to score in the first after a couple of throwing errors. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Barrios gets him for the first out. So, good start to your Seagull debut. Picking up a punch out. First batter he faces.
Number 33, Casey.
Here's Casey Leave It McGee. Oh for 2 today with a sac fly and an RBI. The 1-0 in there, strike one, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Well, although, like Mark Caviglia said earlier, a little disappointing to not see Josh Hansen's name called in the MLB draft, specifically on day 2, in which he was primarily expecting to go. There were some names, whether it be local or CCL names, that were drafted. Highest draft pick from the CCL was Kavaris Teres, who just won a national championship with the University of Tennessee. He played for the Crawdads a couple of seasons ago before heading to Tennessee, as McGee fouls that one down the line. Little check swing, 2-2. A's also drafted Davis Diaz from Pittsburgh, California, and a catcher at Vanderbilt. He played for the Orange County Riptides before heading to his freshman year at Vanderbilt. And he was one of those 6 names that was on the top 500 prospects list that were from the Bay Area. Him and Xander Darby. Xander Darby drafted, went to UCSB, and drafted by the Giants. He is from Palo Alto. Charlie Bates, who is the highest ranked player on that list from the Bay Area, actually went undrafted. Headed to Stanford next. Swing and a miss from McGee. Back-to-back strikeouts for Barrios. And no better way to start his Seagulls debut than a couple of punch-outs. Here's Luke Piazza, the cleanup hitter. 2 for 3 today, a couple of singles and a run. Takes a look at a ball, 1-0. The Giants also drafted a guy from University of Santa Clara, Robert Hipwell, third baseman, who was suspended for part of the season at Santa Clara, but nonetheless didn't hurt his draft stock too much, as he still was third-round pick, I do believe, by the Giants. Two and one here on Piazza. Barrios trying to retire the side in order. Nice slider right there. 2-2. Looking to strike out the side in order. The 2-2 misses. 3-2. Right fielder Aiden Toklas on deck. Here's the 3-2 from Barrios. And he misses outside, ball 4. So Barrios will see another. As in steps Toklas. He's 1 for 3 today. And he also came around to score back in the first. That 5-run inning in the first has really been the difference so far. Outside of that, it's been great pitching and defense, but the Seagulls were just sloppy defensively to kick things off from the second pitch of the ball game. So there's an error in center field from Algren. Thames moved up to second off the single. then a throwing error from the shortstop, and then another throwing error from the first baseman in the same sequence. 0-1 check swing. Didn't go around. 1-1. So Lewis only able to go 4 innings today. Again, like I said earlier, hard to consistently go 7 innings in every single outing of the summer. But that was sort of the standard that he had set with his previous starts. 2-1 now. Piazza at first. 2-1 from Barrios. It is a fly ball to left field. Hit pretty well, but Landry, enough room out there, makes the catch for the third out. We head to the home half of the 7th. Time to stretch here at Tom Lara Field. Bottom of the 7th, Ethan Rohn leading things off as the Seagulls plenty of work to do in the later stages of the ball game. Just down to their final 9 outs and 5 runs to try to tie things up. As Rohn swings through that one, 0-1. He's 0 for 2 today. And Trenton Wood locates the fastball in the outside corner, 0-2. The 0-2 breaking ball, and that drills Rohn, and I'm sure he'll kind of take that as down 0-2. Not a bad time to get hit by a pitch and get a free base. So runner on first for Josh Hansen. He's 1 for 2 today, a single and a walk. And he's had a few 2-hit ball games lately. First pitch to him, high, ball 1. Two-0 on Hansen. Spent his junior and senior year at IMG Academy and was ranked the top 350 MLB prospects, MLB draft prospects, but Here's the manager for the Merchants having a talk with Wood on the mound. Dustin Shaney, who's the pitching coach at Laney College and the head coach for this Merchants team. So just like Menlo Park, Alameda have the Alameda Anchors in the Bay Area Collegiate League, and the Menlo Park Legacy are in the Bay Area Collegiate League with the Merchants and the Legends in the CCL. Three 3-0 right down the middle. So Hansen, chance to hit here. Roan at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh. The 3-1 is down the line and foul, 3-2. Hansen homered in the second game of the season, and that's been the lone home run for him. A lot of doubles for him, but no long balls since that second game where he hit for the cycle against the Stompers. That was a 19-run rout by the Seagulls offense. Six doubles, a triple, and a homer for him this summer. Try the 3-2 again, and it's back up the middle, and another two-hit game for Josh Hansen as he passes the baton. A hit by pitch and a single to kick things off here in the home half of the seventh, and here's Josh Aldrin. Aldrin 0 for 2 today with a walk. Had a 3 for 4 game yesterday, and like General Manager Mark Cavigli was talking about, the fact that he didn't play this spring, didn't play college ball this spring, and didn't face really any live arms in quite some time, sort of makes sense and why he's had a little bit of a slow start for the Seagulls, and a bat that's been one of the best for the Seagulls in their back-to-back GSCBL championship runs. It looks like that's going to be it for Trenton Wood. Coach Sheeny will take the ball from the right-hander, and we'll take a quick break as we'll have a new pitcher in for the Merchants back on the other side. Merchants go to the left-hander out of the bullpen. It's number 16, Tobin Cantrell, the 6'3" southpaw from Piedmont, California. Went to Piedmont High and is a sophomore at College of Chabot. Made 4 appearances at Chabot in 2022, throwing 4 1/3 innings, striking out 2, and not allowing a single run. He's been good so far this summer. Comes in with a 4.15 ERA, 18 punch-outs in 13 innings, and only 5 walks, 9 hits surrendered, and 6 earned runs. This is Cantrell's 9th appearance of the summer, which ties him for the most appearances out of the bullpen, all out of the bullpen this summer. Well, he's facing Josh Algren, who just seemingly always steps into the box, and then there's a time called, a pitching change. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. Good spot here for the Seagulls to try to claw back, down by 5. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. 0-2. So lefty, righty, righty, lefty coming up for the Seagulls. And probably why Coach Dustin went to the left-hander here with a lefty up. 1-2. Breaking ball, strike 3. Algren rung up. And a nasty bender from Cantrell. And Algren down looking for the first out. 1 gone, and here's Isaiah Landry. Landry 1 for 3 today with a single and came around to score the only run of the ball game for the Seagulls. Landry, the sophomore at Alabama State. Breaking ball, misses high, 2-0. Three and 0 on Landry, who's drawn some of the most walks this season for the Seagulls. 16 walks for him, tied for the second most, and he's only played in about half the games as some of the other leaders. He's got, 12 walks. 12 walks in 17 games so far this summer. Still a pretty high walk rate. Breaking ball, misses outside, and it's a walk for Landry. Bases now loaded for the cleanup hitter, Andrew Tinsley. Tinsley, who homered in Danville at Monte Vista and homered in Sonoma this past week. Picked up both of his home runs in the last 3 games. 1-0. That one runs inside. 2-0. So Cantrell, who just had 5 walks in 13 innings coming into this one, now 6 walks on the summer. And he's in a little bit of trouble here. Bases loaded, 1 out. 2-0 on Tinsley. Fastball misses up, 3-0. First baseman Luke Piazza will call time and jog out to the mound. Thorino, Barber on deck. 3-0, misses low, and Cantrell walks in a run. It's now 6-2 as the Seagulls start to claw back.
Now batting number 4, Jake Barber.
So Gonzalez will conclude his meeting with Cantrell out on the mound. And a slow walk back, giving Cantrell some time. So one gone after Algren struck out looking. Then back-to-back walks. Another left-on-left matchup. And it's Jake Barber. Looks at a ball 1-0. So Tinsley, who walked 2 home runs this summer. Barber, at bat, also 2 home runs this summer. Takes a look at strike 1. He hit a homer in Sonoma and then hit the first home run here by a Seagull in San Bruno this summer. It was a solo shot against Rocco Borelli in the 2nd inning back on July 12th. And pretty astonishing, albeit it's a wood bat league, so hard to generate power and hit home runs, but still just 1 home run here by the Seagulls at their home field. And their home record hasn't been all that great either. Trying to get that number up. Still a few more home games this season. 3 home games, 4 road games. The 3-1, and Barber out in front. Rolls it foul, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded, and it hits Barber's bat. And what would have been ball 4, Hansen didn't see it either. Hansen thought it hit him on the helmet, but Barber, who wasn't able to drop his bat down, and unfortunate break, and try the 3-2 again. So fortuitous for Tobin Cantrell on the mound as he gets another chance. 3-2 again, and he misses high, and it's off the glove of Gonzalez. Everyone moves up 90 feet, and now 6-3 as Josh Hansen walks in. Second run of the ball game. Bases still loaded with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. And they're going to make a move as 3 straight walks for Cantrell after striking out the first batter he faced. And we'll have another move to the bullpen. Take a quick break and be back on the other side. Antoine Valerio, the man on the mound for the Merchants from San Leandro, went to San Leandro High School, College of Chabot, Grambling State, and is now a senior at Cal State Monterey Bay, who just won the CCAA conference, pains me to say. At Chabot in 2022, he was second team all-conference, going 4-4 with a 5.05 ERA and struck out 62 in 59 innings pitched. Recorded 2 saves this spring at Cal State Monterey Bay. Pitched in 5 games, had a 1.69 ERA. Well, Valerio pitched not too long ago when these two teams last faced off, in which he threw 2 innings, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Comes into this one with a 3.38 ERA. First pitch, changeup. A lot of break on that changeup, but it misses to Kai Holm, 1-0. Holm 0 for 2 today, couple of flyouts and a pop-out. Base is still loaded, and Holm out in front of the changeup as Valerio doubled up with that pitch. Holm just got to stay back a little bit longer. Valerio, this is his 3rd appearance of the summer, and heads up Jake Brewer in the on-deck circle. That one went right by his head. Almost took off Brewer's head. 1-2. 3-run game. Bases loaded, 1 out. That one misses low. 2-2. This inning has sort of been classic Seagulls rally. Drawing walks. Here's a ground ball. Shortstop, Jeremiah to third, and Tinsley's not sliding for some reason, and he's out. And Tinsley, who tried to go up standing, but, I mean, that's a forced out situation and one where you should be sliding. So 1 run comes in to score, but the Merchants trade a run for an out. It's now a 2-run game for Jake Brewer, who's got 2 singles today. That one misses inside off the glove of Gonzalez, but he's able to retrieve it. So Holm reaches on the fielder's choice. Runners on first and second with 2 gone for Jake Brewer, who looks at a ball, and if Gonzalez squeezes that one, might have been a strike for Valerio on the mound. Instead, it's 2-0. Brewer 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles in his last 2 at-bats. Fastball, chopped foul. Two and 1. What's been a long, drawn-out bottom of the 7th. Changeup, swing and a miss. It's a really good one. Brewer swung over the top of it. 2-2. See if the Seagulls can cash in any more. Already 3 runs across here in the 7th. Brewer stays alive, fouling that one off. Still 2-2. Two count. And swing and a miss. He goes back to the changeup and gets Brewer swinging. Not before 3 runs come in here in the bottom of the 7th. Now a 2-run game here in San Bruno as we head to the top of the 8th. getting ready for the top of the 8th, and make sure to join us. The next Seagulls game will be at the College of San Mateo Monday, July 22nd at 5 o'clock against the Menlo Park Legends. It'll be the last game between the Legends and the Seagulls, and it was what's sort of been a legendary rivalry brewing here in the CCL as the two teams both enter their first season in the CCL. Things have been more tame in the last couple of matchups between the Seagulls and the Legends, but middle of the sort of 5 games in which they played each other in a couple of weeks, things were definitely a little heated. Barrios still on the mound and gets ahead 0-1 on Kaiuke Young. This one, chopped foul. 0-2. Young, 1 for 3 today, as he had a 2-run double in his first at-bat back in the first. Get that line drive down the line. Foul tips that one and caught by Stanley once again. So the second time this evening that Stanley has been able to hold on to a foul tip like that. And he's helping his pitchers get some extra strikeouts. That's now 3 punch-outs for Barrios. Slider. Foul tipped once again. Jeremiah out in front on that one. Jace Jeremiah 0 for 3 today. Jeremiah, who's from San Mateo. Jace Jeremiah struggling a little bit at the plate. Comes into this one hitting 177 and 0 for 4 today. 5 hits in 62 at-bats. 11 hits in 62 at-bats. Does have 5 doubles, so tied for the most in that department on the team. Now 2-1. 2-1. Fouled back. 2-2. So another 2-strike count for Barrios. 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Here's a 3-2. 1 gone here in the top of the 8th. And it's a ground ball. Kai Holm, the shortstop, will not be able to make a play on it. And it's a 1-out single for Jace Jeremiah. So first hit for the Merchants since the 4th inning when Wyatt Thames singled. The Merchants scored 5 in the first, 1 in the 4th. And really since that first inning, which they recorded 5 hits, just 3 hits now since then. 8 hits on the game. Here's Atticus Gonzalez, the catcher, as Jeremiah stealing and no throw from Stanley, who looked like he was focusing on just trying to frame the first pitch. Didn't even end up getting the strike call. So 1-0 on Gonzalez, who's reached twice, doubled in his first at-bat, scoring Kaiuke Young in what was the 5th run of the game. Then reached on an error. Swing and a miss, 1-2. So far, in Barrios' outing, getting a first glance at him, good fastball slider combo from the right-hander, as Gonzalez, the batter, will call time. Remember, the batter gets 1 timeout per at-bat. This is a new MLB and college rules. 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. 4 punch-outs in an inning and 2/3 for Barrios. And looks like we'll have a pinch hitter here for the Merchants. It's going to be number 2, Vicente Feliciano. He's from Auburn, Washington, as he takes a look at a ball. Went to Auburn Mountain View High School and just finished his sophomore season at College of San Mateo. Hit .370 in his junior and senior year with 12 doubles, 7 triples. He foul tips that one into the glove of Stanley. He also stole 27 bases and drove in 30 runs. This spring, hit .342, 16 doubles, 4 triples, and 5 homers at CSM. The 2-1. And it's low, 3-1. Feliciano, 45 at-bats this summer. 6 runs, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Swing and a miss on what might have been a ball right there. 3-2. Two outs. Check swing. And appeal, he did not go around. And the pinch hitter walks with 2 outs.
Now batting number 7, Wyatt Thames.
So now runners on first and second as the lineup flips over. It's Wyatt Thames. 2 for 4 today, a couple of singles and a couple of punch-outs. Slider, he's out in front, rolls it foul. About 2.5 hours into the ball game here in the top of the 8th. 6-4 contest between the last place in the North Division Alameda Merchants versus the 4th place San Francisco Seagulls. 1 game back of that 3rd spot. Merchants trying to climb back out of what was a tough first half of the season. And they're trying to get things rolling here at the end of the season as well. Again, the Merchants are also affiliates here in the CCL. So both teams really trying almost an audition to be a full-time team in the CCL next season, as that one misses. 2-2. Two on, 2 out, and a 2-2 count from Barrios. Fastball popped up, but out of play. Thames able to stay alive. The 2-2. Thames able to get a piece of it again. So good battle here from the Merchants leadoff hitter. And Barrios used a lot of pitches this inning. Trying to find that third out, keep the score where it is in the bottom of the 8th. Instead, misses low. Runner's on the move, and it's a free out. No. So Stanley, who quickly popped up, and not his strongest throw down to third, but it looked like he had enough time to just snap it down there quickly. But Jeremiah, good speed, able to leg that one out, and the slide just beats the glove of Hansen on the tag. It's 3-2, runners on the corners, and 2 gone. Slider, swing and a miss. It doesn't matter because Rios, 5 strikeouts in 2 innings as he is magnificent in his Seagulls debut. 2-run ball game as we head to the bottom of the 8th. The Seagulls down to their last 6 outs. Bottom of the 8th. And the Seagulls down by 2. Valerio is still on the mound facing Shane Stanley, who rolls this one foul. Just past the brand new third baseman, number 20, Blake Jacobs, who enters the ball game for Kaihuke Young. Oh, 1, good fastball in there, strike 2. Feliciano taking over at second base after pinch hitting and drawing a walk. The 0-2. Change up, and Stanley gets under this one. Levette McGee makes the catch for the first out.
Now batting number 26, Ethan Roan.
So Stanley flies out, and here's Ethan Roan, designated hitter. Pops the first pitch he sees, back and out of play. 0 for 2 today. Was hit by the pitch to start that 7-inning rally, which the Seagulls put 3 across, making it a 2-run ball game. And Valerio in a little bit of a groove here. Another 0-2 count. Working quickly. Misses with the changeup. 1-2. Roan does have a homer this year. So he fouls that one straight back. Still 1-2. Try the 1-2 again. Change up. Roan hits this one pretty well into right center field. The right fielder, I believe that's still Aiden Toklas, will make the catch for the second out.
Now batting number 8, Josh Hansen.
So 2 gone here for Josh Hansen. 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles and a walk. He also picked up a stolen base in the 5th and came around to score in the 7th. First pitch fastball. Valerio has really located that outside corner on the right-handers. So he gets ahead of the count, 0-1. Misses outside, 1-1. Seagulls down to their last 4 outs, needing 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. Check swing, and it looks like he did go around. One and 2. Chopper, and this could be trouble. Third baseman Jacobs unable to make the play. It's an infield single for Josh Hansen, his 3rd single of the night.
Now batting number 3, Josh Algren.
So the 2-out single will give Josh Algren a shot here in the 8th. Down by 2. Josh looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 3 today with a walk. Fastball fouled back. Hansen, big lead over there at first. Great spot with the fastball, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Valerio has been solid out of the bullpen coming in this one. And back-to-back games against the Seagulls. We head to the 9th, 6-4. Merchants out in front. Coach Max Lopez hands the ball to the left-hander, number 39, Will Nibis. 6'2" left-hander from Incline Village, Nevada. Went to Bellarmine College Prep High School in San Jose and Mission College, and is currently a junior at Kansas State. Nibis was named Coast Conference South Pitcher of the Year and NorCal Second Team Pitcher of the Year in high school. In 2 seasons at Mission College, he made 30 appearances, throwing 66 and 2/3 innings pitched with 79 punchouts and a 3.51 ERA. Didn't pitch this spring at Kansas State. This is his 4th appearance of the summer for the Seagulls, and this is 2nd year with the Seagulls. Wow. It's a pedestrian just casually walking down the pathway here at San Bruno City Park. Almost drilled, or potentially drilled. Didn't quite see it, but a loud reaction from the crowd. 1-1 on Frank Zapata. Nibis, 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. He's got a 2.25 ERA. Ground ball back up the middle, and the second baseman Barber won't be able to make the play. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, as Zapata, the speedy catcher who's DHing today, would have legged that out.
Now batting number 33, Casey Levin McGee.
Here's Casey Leavitt McGee, 0 for 3 today. So, guy who's hitting just under 340 for the season has been contained by this pitching staff. As McGee came in top 5 in the CCL in batting average, hitting 358. And also 12 walks this season. So very high on base percentage. Just 2 doubles, 6 RBIs. So primarily a contact hitter who's sort of picking up where he left off in his freshman campaign at Laney. Obviously still playing at his home field, Laney, with the Merchants. Nibis, hard fastball, gets it in there. Strike 2. Zapata staying put over there at first as Nibis misses outside. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Nibis gets McGee swinging for the first out.
Now batting number 36,
One gone for Luke Piazza. So a couple of lefties here. And it's actually going to be a pinch hitter on deck. So another left-on-left matchup. As Nibis misses upstairs, ball 1. Piazza, 2 for 3 today with a walk. Couple of singles. Came around to score back in the first. 2-0 on him. Zapata still at first. 1 gone. The 2-0. He's on the move. And he stutters. Aldrin can't find the ball. It lands in short left center field. Zapata is going to move up to third. The throw's going to third. And that means Piazza can move up to second. So late in the summer, it gets darker early. The lights are out. And that means that's going to be tougher on some of these fly balls, as there's some dead spots here at San Bruno City Park where it's really hard to track the ball. It's even hard for me to see Josh Aldrin out there in center and some of the outfielders, as just there are lights here, but there's just some dead spots in the outfield where it's really hard to track down the ball.
Now batting number 34.
And Zapata might not have even been able to track it right away because he was hesitant in running, as that one landed just over the head of Kai Holm. Both runners move up. So a little tougher situation now with runners on second and third and one out. I believe this is Jack Rogers pinch hitting. Rogers, one of the better hitters in the lineup, hitting .275 and 51 at-bats. 4 runs, 4 doubles, 5 RBIs. But does have the second most strikeouts on the team. This is a line drive back up the middle. Aldrin, once again, just can't find it, and it's going to get down. 1 run will score. Piazza's being waved. The throw home, and 2-run score. It's 8-4 Merchants. And this is the problem with some of these games that get late here, as that ball just lost once again. So a single for Talkless, and he moves up on the throw.
Now batting
The fielder's choice. So Zapata comes in to score from third, and Piazza comes in to score from second. Blake Jacobs, the new third baseman, will hit for his first at-bat of the evening. So there's also a pinch runner at second base. Runner on the move gets past Stanley, moving up 90 feet. One 1-0 on Jacobs, as Shane Aldridge, the pinch runner, immediately moves up 90 feet. This one popped up and playable for first baseman Jake Brewer, making a nice catch for the second out. So that is a pop-up or fly ball that the infield can see. Better lighting here, as there's a couple of lights by the bleachers, whereas in the outfield it just gets tricky. There's not many lights in the corners of the outfield. Fastball from Nivis just misses high to Jace Jeremiah. Jeremiah 1 for 4 today with a single. Two runs across here in the ninth, and a runner 90 feet away with 2 outs. This 4-run ball game. Line drive back up the middle, and it's now 9-4 Merchants. So 4 hits this inning, albeit a couple of them were lost in the lights. But the Merchants doing a good job putting the ball in play here off Nibis. And here's Atticus Gonzalez. 1 for 4 today. That one runs inside. Stanley, throw down to second is a good one, and they got him. What a throw from Stanley as he quickly pops up and guns out the runner, Jace Jeremiah, for the third out. We go to the bottom of the ninth. The Seagulls need 5 to tie and only have 3 outs to work with. Three, 4, 5 coming up for the Seagulls as they're facing Danny Garcia from Monterey Peninsula as well, and just finishes freshman year at MPC. He's from Oakland, California, the 5'11" right-hander, and he's only had one appearance this summer, and that was the last time these two teams faced, in which he picked up the victory, going 2 innings with just surrendering 1 hit, 1 walk, and a couple of punch-outs. So he comes in with a 0 ERA and 1-0 record. Isaiah Landry set to lead things off against Garcia, and what is the last hope in this ball game? Nearly 3 hours in, or 30 seconds from the 3-hour mark in this one. Landry, Tinsley, Barber due up. Landry 1 for 3 today with a walk, and he's come around to score twice. The sophomore at Alabama State, who went to El Cerrito High School and played in the outfield with R.J. Green, the A's 4th-round draft pick, a couple of days ago. Two and 0. And gets the call. 2-1. Two one from Garcia. Breaking ball in the dirt. 3-1. So Landry, who walked in his last at bat, kicking off the bottom of the ninth. 3-1 count. Second best batting average on the team. 3-1. Misses low. Ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Landry in his last 2 at-bats. And some speed on the base paths to kick things off. So here's Andrew Tinsley, the right fielder, who has been pretty lonely out there defensively. Not a lot of balls hit out to right this evening. He's 0 for 3 today with a walk. Couple of pop-outs. 0-1 on him. Fastball. Tinsley hits this one out to right. Right fielder Toklas will track it down and make the catch. Looked like he was having some trouble himself out there trying to find that one. And hard from my vantage point to even see him, as just very shadow covered. And actually, that's Shane Aldridge who pinch ran for Toklas out there and right. Shane Aldridge, last time these two teams played, picked up the save. And Danny Garcia picked up the win, and then Shane Aldridge went 1 inning, picked up the save, and that 5-4 victory for the Merchants. Landry on the move, and he will pick up a stolen base as Gonzalez couldn't make a clean transition. Barber, 3 walks today and a punch-out. 0 for 1. 1-0 popped up. Could be playable for Jacobs, the third baseman, but no, it'll go into the home bullpen. Foul ball. One and one out here in the bottom of the ninth. Isaiah Landry on second. Changeup misses outside. 2-1. Pop back again. 2-2. Seagulls in danger of losing 2 straight after picking up a victory against the Crawdads in that 3-2 game. They then lost to the Crawdads a couple days later. Here's the 2-2 in the dirt, and Gonzalez, nice block, keeps it in front of him. So Landry stays put at second. Barber, 3-2 count. Already 3 walks this evening. And he picks up his 4th. 4 walks this evening for Jake Barber. Don't see that very often. And here's Kai Home. First and second with 1 out for Kai Home. Seagulls down to their last 2 outs and need 5 runs to tie. Garcia misses high with the fastball, 1-0. Merchants 2-1 against the Seagulls in their 3 contests, this being the 4th, as Home fouls that one back. 1-1. So Merchants close to making that 3-1 before they face off 3 more times in the final 7 games for the Seagull schedule. Breaking ball misses upstairs. Two on, 1 out. The 2-1 count. Misses low. 3-1. So overall, the pitching in the CCL is pretty spectacular, but the Seagulls have really capitalized when it hasn't been spectacular. Fastball misses. Ball 4. 3 walks here in the bottom of the 9th, and now the bases are loaded for Jake Brewer. Bases loaded for Jake Brewer. The tying run is on deck as Garcia gets ahead 0-1 with a good fastball. Brewer 2 for 4 today. Couple of singles and a couple of strikeouts. 0-1, ground ball to second. Flip to second, on to first, and the first baseman dropped the ball. Piazza unable to hang on and might not have been able to see it very well. Again, we're seeing the defense not reacting very well to the ball flying through the air because the lighting here has been a little tough at night. So the Seagulls get a second chance. Runners on the corners, 2 gone. Down by 4 as 1 run comes in. Landry comes across. His 3rd run of the ballgame, by the way. As Stanley takes a look at a curveball in there. Strike 1. Brewer reaches on the fielder's choice. Holm out at second on the 4-6 put out. Barber moves up to third. And Shane Stanley represents the final out for the Seagulls. The 0-1 outside. 1-1. Slider misses outside. 2-1. Stanley singled in his first at bat. Few flyouts since. He's 1 for 4. Takes a look at a fastball right there. Strike 2. Might not want that one back. Seagulls down to their final strike. Two. Breaking ball, and this one's hit out to center field. The center fielder, Wyatt Thames, able to see that one into the glove for the final out. The Merchants take the victory. Final score of 9-5 in 9 innings, as they now are 3-1 against the Seagulls and pick up their 10th victory of the season. And there you can see Max Lopez shaking hands with Dustin Shaney. Max Lopez, a former player for Dustin Shaney, the opposing head coach for the Merchants. All right, well, I will see you next time on Monday, July 22nd, when we pick back up with CCL baseball. Make sure to check out the CCL Showcase tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Home Run Derby at 4:30, in which Josh Hansen will be participating. Should be very exciting. You can watch all of that on Bally Sports all across the country, wherever you are. I am Cameron Anderson, signing out from San Bruno, California at Tom Lara Field. The Merchants win. Final score of 9-5. Good night, everyone.